Picture this. You're sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, heart racing as you read a text you wish you hadn't sent. You're replaying a moment at work where you stumbled over your words, worrying what everyone thinks. You're chasing a promotion, a better body, a perfect life, but the harder you grip, the more it slips away. What if the secret to peace, to feeling whole, isn't in holding on tighter, but in letting go? Michel de Montaigne, a 16th century Frenchman who turned self-reflection into an art, believed that by releasing our need for control, approval, and certainty, we bring everything together, our joy, our purpose, ourselves. Let's set the scene. You're driving home after a long day, radio humming, mind buzzing with what you should have said, what you need to do tomorrow. The world feels heavy, like you're carrying everyone's expectations, your own included. Montaigne would smile and say, "Stop trying so hard to be something. Be you, flaws and all, and watch life fall into place." His philosophy isn't about giving up, it's about freedom, shedding what doesn't matter to find what does. Take a second to think. When was the last time you stressed over something you couldn't change? A comment online, a friend's cold reply, a plan gone wrong? That weight isn't just stress, it's a signal you're holding too tight. Montaigne would call it a chance to let go, to rediscover the lightness of being yourself. Today, we're diving into Montaigne's timeless wisdom, exploring why letting go feels so hard in a world obsessed with control, and how it can stitch your life back together. This isn't about apathy or dodging responsibility, it's about trusting yourself enough to release what's not yours. By the end, you'll have practical tools to loosen your grip and a new way to see your struggles. And the final insight we'll share? It might just make you rethink what freedom really means. Montaigne believed life is messy, unpredictable, and that's its beauty. He didn't chase perfection, he embraced the chaos of being human. In his essays, scribbled in a tower in France, he wrote about everything: love, fear, death, with a pen dipped in honesty. To him, letting go meant accepting yourself not as a project to fix, but as a story to live. What could you find if you stopped fighting who you are and started exploring it? Pause and reflect. Have you ever felt stuck, like you're running in place because you're afraid to fail, to look foolish, to not be enough? What if letting go of that fear could open a door to a life that feels right, not forced? We're going to unpack Montaigne's ideas, weave in stories from history, myth, and today's world, and give you steps to make letting go your strength. Ready to lighten the load? Stick with us, because Montaigne's world is about to change yours. To understand why letting go brings everything together, let's start with Montaigne's view of life. He saw humans as bundles of contradictions, noble and flawed, wise and clueless, all at once. Trying to control every piece, to look perfect, to win every argument was a trap. Instead, he urged acceptance of yourself, of life's ups and downs. Letting go, to him, was like opening your hand after clutching a rope too long. It hurts at first, but then you're free. Think of your life as a river. You can fight the current, paddle against it, exhaust yourself to stay in one spot. Or you can flow with it, not knowing every bend, but trusting it'll carry you. Montaigne chose the flow not because it was easier, but because it was truer. He believed the more you release, the more you gain peace, clarity, connection. Let's anchor this in a story. Montaigne lived during France's religious wars, a time of bloodshed and dogma. Instead of picking a side, he retreated to his study, not to hide, but to think. His essays weren't just words, they were acts of letting go, of rigid beliefs, of the need to be right. By questioning everything, he found himself. What could you question in your life to feel that free? Montaigne's wisdom hits home today. Ever scrolled Instagram and felt less than? Chasing likes or looks that aren't you? That's the modern trap, measuring yourself against a world that's curated, not real. Montaigne would say, let it go. Your worth isn't in followers. It's in you, raw and unfiltered. Here's a real-world example. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She faced rejection, racism, doubt, but built an empire by being herself, not what TV expected. She let go of fitting in, leaned into her voice, her truth. Montaigne would nod, seeing her freedom in releasing others' scripts. What could you release to find your own voice? Montaigne also knew letting go sparks paradox. The less you cling to approval, the more respect you earn. The less you fear mistakes, the more you learn. Ever notice how the people who seem carefree, who own their quirks, draw others in? That's the magic of release. It pulls life together, not apart. Let's hold that thought and dive into how letting go becomes your power, weaving your world into something whole. Now that we've got Montaigne's lens, let's explore what letting go looks like in action. It's not walking away from life, it's stepping into it, unburdened. Montaigne's philosophy shows how release brings clarity, connection, purpose. Let's see how it works and what it unlocks for you. First, letting go means accepting imperfection. Montaigne loved his flaws, they made him human. Imagine stressing less about a bad presentation or a messy house. Instead of beating yourself up, you laugh, learn, move on. That's freedom, choosing growth over shame. Let's look at history. Benjamin Franklin, America's own polymath, wrote about his faults with humor, not guilt. His autobiography echoes Montaigne, embracing missteps to build a life of impact. Montaigne would see Franklin's strength in letting go of perfection. What flaw could you accept to feel lighter today? Second, letting go frees you from others' opinions. Montaigne didn't care who judged his odd habits, like napping mid-thought. In a world of cancel culture and hot takes, imagine shrugging off a stranger's tweet or a coworker's side-eye. You're not cold, you're centered, living for you, not them. Mythology gives us a spark. Think of Hermes, the trickster god, dancing through life unbothered by rules or glares. He didn't cling to approval. He created his own path, delivering messages with a grin. Montaigne would say your judgments are noise, your truth is music. What opinion could you ignore to hear your own tune? Third, letting go builds trust in life. Montaigne believed things work out when you stop forcing them. Ever planned a perfect night only for it to flop, but a random coffee date felt like magic? That's the flow, letting go of control to find what's meant for you. Let's tap pop culture. In The Big Lebowski, the dude abides, rolling with life's punches, bowling through chaos. His chill isn't lazy, it's Montaigne's wisdom, trusting the universe while staying true. Montaigne would high-five the dude for letting go. What could you trust life with to ease your grip? Finally, letting go connects you to others. Montaigne wrote about friendship, loss, love, not as burdens, but as gifts. When you stop needing to be the best, the smartest, you open up. You listen, you share, you bond, not from fear, but from freedom. A modern example, Taylor Swift. She let go of genre boxes, of critics' jabs, to write raw, real albums like Folklore. Her fans didn't just hear music, they felt seen. Montaigne would say her power was releasing control to connect. What could you let go to deepen a relationship? As we push forward, we'll explore how to make letting go a habit, not just a moment. Your need to control isn't your strength, it's your anchor. Let's learn how to cut it loose. Knowing why letting go matters is one thing, but how do you do it? Montaigne's wisdom isn't a dusty book. It's a guide for today, for you. He didn't want you to chase freedom, he wanted you to live it. Let's walk through practical steps to release what's weighing you down, blending Montaigne's ideas with tools for a U.S. life in 2025. This is where everything comes together. Start by noticing your grip. Montaigne was a master observer, spotting when he clung too tight. Feel tense about a deadline, a fight? Pause. Breathe. Ask, what am I holding on to? Maybe it's being right, looking good. Naming it loosens its hold, like cracking a window for fresh air. Try this. Next time you're stressed, take 3 minutes to jot down, I'm holding on to X because Y. Like, I'm holding on to this argument because I need to win. Seeing it shifts you from stuck to curious. What could you notice today to start letting go? Next, question your shoulds. Montaigne challenged every rule from diets to dogma. In America, we're hit with shoulds. You should hustle, you should post, you should be happy. Ask says who? If it's not your truth, drop it, like skipping a trending diet for food you love. A real-life nod. Steve Jobs ditched corporate molds to build Apple his way. He let go of should to follow his gut, changing tech forever. Montaigne would cheer Jobs for questioning the script. Try this. Pick one should this week, like I should always be busy, and ignore it. What's yours? Then embrace not knowing. Montaigne loved uncertainty. It kept him open. Scared of a job change? A move? Instead of forcing answers, sit with maybe. Write down, I don't know, and that's okay. It's not weak. It's brave, trusting you'll find your way. Think of J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter through rejection and doubt. She didn't know if it'd work, but let go of needing certainty, birthing a world we love. Montaigne would say her magic was flowing with maybe. What could you not know and still move forward? Another step, forgive your slip-ups. Montaigne saw mistakes as teachers, not scars. Spill coffee, bomb a pitch, laugh, say I'm human next. It's not ignoring failure, it's learning without chains. In a hustle culture, that's radical, freeing you to try again. A modern hero, Simone Biles, stepped back from the Olympics for her mental health, letting go of perfect athlete pressure. She returned stronger, redefining success. Montaigne would applaud her for owning her humanity. What mistake could you forgive to keep going? Next, savor the small. Montaigne found joy in naps, chats, a good meal. Obsessed with big wins, a raise, a viral post? Let them go. Notice the breeze, a friend's laugh, your morning coffee. Those moments weave your life's richness. No chase needed. Here's an exercise. Tonight, list 3 tiny joys from your day, like a song you hummed, a kind word. Montaigne would say that's you living, not waiting. Do it for a week, see what shifts. What small thing could you savor right now? Finally, share your truth. Montaigne's essays were his soul on paper, raw and real. You don't need a book, just honesty. Tell a friend how you feel, post something real, not polished. Letting go of pretense builds bonds that matter, the kind Americans crave in a lonely age. Look at Mr. Beast, YouTube's king. His early videos were awkward, unfiltered, but real. He let go of cool to connect, building a community of millions. Montaigne would say his strength was truth, not stunts. What truth could you share to feel whole? These steps aren't a one-off, they're a rhythm. The more you let go, the more you find. Your worries aren't your map, they're just noise. Let's close by seeing why this changes everything, for you and beyond. As we wrap this journey, let's soak in what we found. Holding on doesn't build your life, letting go does. Michel de Montaigne showed us that freedom isn't in control. It's in release of fear, of shoulds, of who you're not. When you let go, you don't lose, you gain yourself, your peace, your place. Think back. Every time you dropped a worry, a grudge, a fake smile, didn't you feel lighter? That moment you laughed at a mistake, shrugged off a jab, chose joy over stress? That wasn't just relief, it was you coming together, whole and real. Montaigne's words hit deep. I study myself more than any other subject. That's your power, knowing you're enough as you are. But this isn't just your story. Montaigne believed free people lift others. Imagine an America where more let go of judgment, of pressure, of endless striving. Fights would fade, kindness would grow. We'd see each other, not just screens. By releasing what holds you, you spark a ripple. A better world starts with you. One last story from myth. Think of Atlas carrying the world's weight. What if he set it down, not to quit, but to stand tall? His strength wasn't the load, it was choosing freedom. Your burdens aren't your life, they're what you can release. Will you set them down? Here's my challenge. Today, let go of one thing, a worry, a should, a mask. Write it down, I'm letting go of X, then do it. Maybe it's skipping a fight, smiling at a flaw, being real with someone. One release can shift it all, Montaigne would bet on that. I want to hear from you. What's one thing you're holding too tight, and how could letting go change you? Drop it in the comments, your story could light someone's way. If this hit home, smash that like button and subscribe for more dives into the soul. Thanks for walking Montaigne's path with me. May you find the ease to release, the joy to be you, and the strength to bring it all together. Until next time, keep letting go, keep finding you, keep living free.